Hello Dr. John, since I've got this video camera, I've been using it to go and videotape my musician friends. We're downtown for the morning walk, or afternoon walk, it's just about 1 o'clock or something like that. So this is the start point. That yellow gate starts the start of what was the 4-mile run. And I'll do a 360-degree turn and show you what's around here. And then we'll move on down the road a little bit. So this is the car park. We're downtown by what's called the North Shore Pool, where they have an Olympic pool, which is over here. Can't see it really well because of the sun's reflecting off here, but that's the North Shore Pool. And they have various organisations, schools and the like come and do competitions there. Michael Phelps came down here to do some training way back when he was going to the next Olympic pool. So that's a kiddie playground. That's a new playground they just put in, updating the old one. So there's lots of stuff for people to do around here. And we'll just finish the tour and then we'll walk on down the road and do another one. So there we go. Yeah, and I've come down the pathway a bit and do another 360-degree tour of the scene area. So at the end of the car park. And where I'm standing, which we'll come around to shortly, is called Vinoy Park. Vinoy Park because over there, which you can't see, is a big establishment for visitors, a hotel called the Vinoy, basically. So this is Vinoy Park, in which they have all their festivals out here. Over there is the new building of the new pier. We'll take a closer look at it and get this thing to move up. There's Max. So that's been in construction for quite a while now, due to be completed sometime the end of this year, early next year, I think. I can't be absolutely sure about that. Check it back out. It may not be that well focused, I don't know. So we'll continue the tour. You'll see boats out on the water, you'll see dolphins out there, as I call them, people fishing. But we're going to take some pictures of all of this lot and get a good panoramic view of the whole scene. We'll be capturing that a lot closer as we get up to it. So there's our next 360-degree tour. Yep. The pathway a little bit. We'll take a look at the view from around here. Some big condos over there. Behind them is the Vinoy Hotel, which you can't really see. And we'll just go around the scenery. This is paradise. You're going to see a lot more of it. Don't know what the whole structure over there is going to look like eventually, but you know, this is where I come to the turn in the beginning of the run, which I now can't do because of the fact that my repair rate ended up dumping tons of cholesterol in my bloodstream, which was the cause of me getting gallstones, which of course, as we've talked about, is not an issue, but I can't run anymore, which is a real pain, but whatever, you know. I've got the adjustments to my diet, so I don't eat a lot as much, and we'll carry on. And we'll just move closer to the water, give you a perspective view. Somebody's playing their guitar over there. Lots of things happen down here. So we'll be going back down that pathway on the return journey. Got a bit more close-up view of the tower. This is just open, expansive water. This is where you're going to see dolphins, if there are any out and about. They do appear here quite frequently. They just generally crest the surface with their fins. But a while back, not so very long ago, for the first time ever, further on down the walk, I actually saw a couple of them just diving straight out of the water. I mean, it was unreal, never seen that before. So we'll take a good view of what people are doing down here. So people biking, and then we'll move on down the road a bit. So there's the 360-degree tour. Down the pathway a little bit, we'll do another 360-degree tour, see what people are doing, hanging out, and there's people on the water doing their paddling, and some people in the water. It's not very deep here, it stays about 3-4 feet out for quite a while, and that would be the North Shore pool down there. And we'll just do the rounds. This is the car park. Once again, this whole expanse is Vinoy Park, which has a lot of festivals in it throughout the year. And we come back around. Close up to the corner of North Shore Pool, which has canopies galore over it. Like on a Sunday when there's an event here, they've got canopies here with a few hundred people and their families coming in to compete in all kinds of distances, from young to whatever. And we'll just do a panoramic view around of where we came from. So we were over there. See what's out here. I can see, it's hard to see, this screen is just reflecting me in it and I can't see what's looking at, but oh, there's a plane over there. I'll just see if I can get it. I can't see it, but you probably can. We'll go up a bit higher. It's coming right over us, so we'll follow the plane. So much light out here I can't actually see what I'm looking at. I'm just guessing as to where it is because I can't really see it. Oh, if I got it, then that's good. So we'll come back and try and get this centered. It's difficult to see this because I've got a reflection of me in the glass, and everything's surrounding behind me, and then this is in the image, which is, so that's where we're going. That's where the little beaches and the volleyball courts and the exercise routine for outside people who want to exercise. And we'll get to that shortly. The local wildlife is just hanging out, and they'll let you get pretty close. I don't know how close you'll let me get, but probably another couple of feet. So we'll do a little just round tour from here. I'm in the shade. We've just moved a little further on down the road. So that's the North Shore Pool parking lot at the front, and the other one is the parking lot at the back. And it's the back of the whole thing. And you just get another dynamically distanced perspective of everything. There's nothing out on the water, so we'll just kind of finish it there and then move on and do a bit more. Volleyball courts now, which get used quite a lot by locals, and sometimes they'll have events here. They'll set the thing up and they'll have teams and they'll compete with one another. And this is paradise. I live 5 miles south of here. Every day I can come and hang out in paradise. We've done a little round robin tour. This, oh, I tell you, it's very difficult to me to see what I'm looking at because of me focusing on the image and not the reflection. So, car park. People do various things down here, from rollerblading, to walking, to running, to biking, to skateboards, and close to the beach. And we'll zip it up there and move on down the road a bit. The tennis court parking lot, a bit further up the road, and there's the exercise routine thing. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 kind of exercise things there, similar to you find in a gym. And over here are the tennis courts, and they're lit up. I don't know how late. I mean, they're lit up late, quite late into the evening for people to come out and play tennis at night. I'll just do a little back tour and look at the back of the volleyball courts a bit, and then we'll move on down the road. We came at the exercise routine thing. We've got bathrooms here, and then looking back over towards where the volleyball courts were, which you can't see now probably, and come around. The walk carries on down this pathway, and that's where the run used to go. So we'll follow on down there and videotape a bit more. Came from a little further on down the beach, about 150 meters or something like that. And we'll do another little panoramic view, fill in some stuff. Getting closer to where the big homes are now. Those things are all multi-million-dollar homes. If we spin around a little bit, the green back here. Some evenings people play soccer on there, which have some little goals and a team of I don't know how many. Generally, one group wears t-shirts and the other one does it so they can identify themselves. Very energetic. So we came from back down there, and we'll just do another little tour and get a little bit closer to the houses over there, and we'll be coming around to the, we'll do a big one, the famous 400-meter run. So say a few words about it in a few seconds. There we go. Good friends, I'm going to see how close I can get before he freaks out. I think get reasonably close. And there's an app on this camera for shutting down the shaking vibrations of it, so hopefully that will be good. Let's see how close we can get. They usually let you in to about 6 feet, and then they get a bit skittish. So we'll just edge our way up there. See how accommodating he is today. I'm sure he's got his eye on me. He will eventually fly off. But yeah, maybe let me just go all the way past, because they see a lot of people here. Don't you, birdie? I guess that's one of the great herons. If I don't get any closer, he's probably going to stay there. So let's go sideways and see if he's good to go. You see? Yeah. He just keeps his eye on me, but he'll stay there. So I'm about 6 feet away from him. I'll take a look around the rest of the thing. We're just coming around to the top of the 400-meter lot. So one more look at birdie. He's not in his full plumage right now, but I'm sure you'll love to see this, because I know you like these things. That's where we just came from. A guy walking down the path that comes around here every day, feeding the squirrels and the birds, and he calls them by names and all kinds of things. Seems a bit crazy, but well, I guess it's just his thing. So we'll go around, and we'll eventually come around to the start, well, the end, because I run from the bottom, we used to, of what is called the 400-meter run, which pretty much ends just after this bench. So that all the way down to the bottom is 400 meters. So last year, for the last time, that got pushed, and I did it in 1 minute 32, I think, give or take a penny, which came out to 6 minutes 7 seconds minute mile pace, which is hauling ass for 73 years of age. Sadly, we can't do that anymore, because after that, went to my physician and it showed my creatinine up again, so he'd run some tests and showed that I had gallstones, and then there's some other tests to test if that was a problem or not. There was no impedance to flow through the gallbladder, so we just selected to shut my meals down that included a ton of fat and shut the running off. And it took a while, because it wasn't until my cholesterol was up like 240, something like that. So it wasn't until a few months later that I got the cholesterol data in without the running, and it was back down to 180. So that sorts that problem out, and I don't run anymore. So because of that, and as we've talked about before, I've adjusted my diet so that my special diet now, as we've talked about, only has small amounts of carbohydrates going in at a time. Insulin is activated at 6 millimolar, which translates to about 6 grams per hour. So if you don't ingest any more than that, there's virtually nothing going into your body. There's no carbohydrates going into your body. I just do not see how on earth you can age, because aging is carbohydrate damage to your body. So we'll find out about that further on down the road. So basically I just consume 2 to 3 or 4 grams at a time. And once that activates insulin, it'll open up liver for transporting glucose into the liver, which gushes in there, and it won't be more than a minute or so before that just comes down, shuts it off, and we've then got below 6 millimole or so. It won't keep going, and then the cycle just goes round. So we'll see how that goes further on down the road, 20 or 30 years hopefully. Turn around for today, which is called the Coffee Pot Bridge. And if we cross the road and go down there, about 3/4 of a mile to the end of the outward run of the 4-mile run, which is the turnaround point. We won't be going there today, but later on, some other point in time. So save filming everything on the way down here, we're just going to film it on the way back. There's a new house being built there. Everything around here is a couple of million, basically. So that's the back view, and we'll walk down there and then look back around here and up the 400-meter run and where the start point is. That's back where we've come from, and we're at the corner of the start of the 400-meter run. So we'll just pan around the houses. Once again, they're mega expensive. There's another new one being built over here. And there it is. That's been under construction for quite a while. And right in the corner of that bend is the start of the 400-meter run. And I'd start off at a good clip, hold that up until about the bench, and then I'd push, because I'm getting into a little bit of oxygen jet by then. Didn't always run it flat out. Sometimes I just run a few 400 meters and they'll be catching just under 8-minute mile pace, something like that. So I'll wander up there and see what's going on. No fishermen out today. There's often people fishing and people casting nets, and they do catch stuff, mostly with the nets more than the fishing, but we'll wander up there and take a look. Over there on their canoes, do canoeing here, and that island that you can see in the background is called Bird Island or Bird Sanctuary or something like that, because tons and tons of those white birds nest there. So we'll watch those people for a while as they do a little paddling by and appreciate life in paradise. I'm shoving it to you. I'm sure it's rather where you'd rather be, but there we go, a little bit more footage. Around that bin there would mark the 1 mile point, so I'd usually check what my time was at there, and if it was half good I'd be happy. If it wasn't, then I wouldn't be so. And we'll just do a pan back a bit, catch those canoers. If I can find out where they are. I can't really see where they are. They're behind that boat now. And then look back down at the bridge over there and back down the pathway. I'll stitch this lot together later on. Got a boat coming in. We'll hang out and watch that for a bit as it gets a bit closer. Later on I'll get these little clips into my Camtasia video editing software and just compile them back to back, and then you'll have a whole video of about 10 minutes doing mostly circular little tours of where we are. But it's quite interesting little footage of this guy as he comes back. He's not been out for a good drive out there. I don't know where they go. Probably out into the Gulf a bit. And he's on his way back to his, no doubt, $1 million mansion and parking his boat there. There's another big powerboat over there. Well, you know, you only need so much money. More's better, but I've got enough. Guy come in, he's going to shut it down just about perpendicular to where I am. So we'll catch him coming into the shutdown. Is he going to shut down earlier? Looks like he shut it down earlier. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh, he's pulling a dinghy with somebody in it. So you see a lot of these water skimmers, water surfers, speed things, whatever they're called. And not uncommon. That guy that just went by is on an electric skateboard. Marvellous what they are. And sometimes the people on electric skateboards are just 2 wheels. Incredible. There you go. In the distance, you can't really see it very well. There is a ship, and that ship is an oil tanker. I'll blow it up as much as I can. And try and focus it. I don't know how focused this is. It doesn't look very focused to me. But oh, that's a ship. I was just yeah, there we go. It's over there. Just tap this again and see if it'll focus a bit more. So they go into the port of Tampa, and a considerable number of them dock there every day, bringing all of the oil for processing into this region. So that's quite a big deal. Oh, we got another boat coming back, which is an added advantage. So we'll follow him. Wait, just a little close up. More action. Oh, he's turning around. Oh, how interesting. Oh, he's giving us some footage here. He's turning around and going back out. So we'll capture him doing that for a while. And then I'll shut it down. From back, then I'm just going to probably walk all the way downtown, or walk back down to the beginning, unless there's something interesting to film. And there's no point filming all that, we've just done that on the way out here. And then we'll see what's out there. Actually, right out on the green right now, there is a hot rod car show with I don't know, probably about 50 cars out there on the lawn, so we'll maybe go down there and take a view at some of the cars. Where we started off, but I've got a dose of sleep deprivation going on today. I'm starting to get tired. I need to have some sleep catch up before I go out for the evening to see a musician, a venue, do a special event, which I'll be taping. Hopefully I can get to sleep between now and if I can't, well, that's just too bad. So just one last little panoramic view, and then I'm going to shut this down and go home because I don't feel like going any further. I'm getting a bit tired, so I'll stitch this all together, put it out on YouTube, and then I can mail it to you, because you can't mail the videos up to a certain size because it's prohibitively too big for email to carry. So further on down the road, back at the start, I'm going to go over to my car, which is over there, and as I said, got to go down a curb here, so oops, boop. Yeah, this is about a year old now, just over that. 2018 Hyundai. Car coming by. Easy, let me go through. And yeah, the plan is to get a new one every 3 years or so. So by 2021, the next one should have some autonomous driving in it. And by 2024, I'm not sure that you'll have even a steering wheel in there. So that's the current car, the Hyundai. I can't remember what it's called now, just tired. So that's that.